Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into my top 10 best bets NFL Week 14 edition. Haven't done one of these in a while. Figured I'd break one of them out, and then I do have kind of a little extra bonus parlay at the end involving NFL Week 14. So let's get right into it. Starting with the Steelers at Vikings, I'm liking the under 43. There's been a trend with these Thursday night games going under the past few weeks. Steelers, really good defense. Vikings, Kirk Cousins has had a really good year. I'm using the reverse psychology here. There's no way Kirk Cousins can keep this up. 25 touchdowns. 3 interceptions. He's going to throw some interceptions against the Steelers, let's be honest. I like the Vikings as a team. People kind of overreacted when they lost to the Lions. The Lions were a team that played a lot of teams close, could have easily won several games. But overall, I like the Steelers in a low-scoring, close game. I think the Vikings are 3-point favorites. Don't feel confident enough to bet the Steelers, but I do love the under. This is a 20-17 type game. Number 2, Ravens at the Browns, the under 42. So this is a typical game in Cleveland. Going to be cold, probably going to be cloudy, 40, 30 degrees, whatever. The Ravens, Lamar Jackson struggling. The Browns coming off a bye week. Baker Mayfield has about 50 injuries. I think the Browns win this game. They're about 2.5-point favorites. But these two teams, they just played. I'd be honest, Lamar Jackson did throw 4 interceptions. If he doesn't throw 4 interceptions, the Ravens probably score a little bit more. But still, I just don't know where the offense is getting generated from. In 30-degree weather, AFC North game, I like the Browns to win because it's very tough to beat a team 2 times in 3 weeks, which is what the Ravens would be doing. But overall, just give me the under 42. Those teams are not scoring. Number 3, the Jaguars at Titans, the over 44. I've got a sneaky suspicion this is going to be a Trevor Lawrence game where he kind of breaks out and maybe throws 2 or 3 touchdown passes even in garbage time. I don't know. I think the Titans get out to a big lead. Ryan Tannehill has been so bad recently. They're coming off their bye week. They need a win. I'm guessing Ryan Tannehill is going to throw 3 or 4 touchdowns with no turnovers. They could get out to a nice big lead. The Jaguars, again, I got a sneaky suspicion Trevor Lawrence is going to show something. At some point, Trevor Lawrence is going to show something. Maybe it's in garbage time, but he's going to do something. He's going to have a 3-touchdown game. I think this is the week. I like the over in this one. The Titans will win. They're around 8.5-point favorites, but I'll just take the over. Number 4, the Raiders plus 9.5 at the Chiefs. It's almost like you're expecting an injury. Like, why are the Raiders such underdogs against the Chiefs? I understand the Chiefs have been better lately. I think Vegas is crediting their defense way too much. They shut down a terrible Denver Broncos offense on Sunday Night Football. Give me a freaking break. I thought this spread would be like 6.5, maybe 7. I understand it's in Kansas City, but the Raiders, they've lost a few games, but they're a team, they play a lot of close games. This is going to be a close game. I like the Chiefs. I also like the over in this one. I like the Chiefs to win, but the Raiders, they always cover spreads like this. Plus 9.5. Vegas will cover. Number 5, Panthers minus 2.5 versus the Falcons. I'm back on the Panthers. Christian McCaffrey, DJ Moore. There's simply too much talent on that offense in a home game. Only 2.5-point favorites. I understand why. We know what happened in Miami 2 weeks ago. It was terrible with Cam Newton's performance, but I think they bounce back and get a win at home. And again, the reason this is only 2.5-point favorites is because they were so bad a few weeks ago. The Falcons, on the other hand, if you're a Falcons fan, you should be rooting for your team to lose. Get a better draft pick. Matt Ryan. Is this his last year on Atlanta? I think he's got a little bit left in the tank if he has the right offensive supporting cast. But overall, I think his time in Atlanta is coming to an end. I'll take the Panthers covering the 2.5-point spread at home. Lions at the Broncos, the under 42. This game is going to be very low scoring. The Lions had their big offensive explosion last weekend. They're due for a very poor game. I've got them scoring about 13 points. And then the Broncos, we know the story. The quarterback situation is a mess. Teddy Bridgewater, he's an average quarterback at best. I don't see the Broncos generating much of anything. This is a 4:05 game, I think. I like a 24-13 type final, which is a total of 37 points under the 42. That's a small number, but I still think it'll go under. The Chargers minus 10.5 versus the Giants. So originally I was going to go in on the over in this game. I think the over-under is 44, and I just think the Chargers are going to score a ton, 30-plus potentially. But the Giants, I'm concerned. Jake Fromm, is he the starter? Will they be able to generate much on offense? This could be one of those games where it's like, 34-7, something like that, where the under still hits. I love the Chargers in this game. They need these wins badly. They're going to throttle New York at home. The Giants, not a lot of motivation for them to win. Daniel Jones is out. out. Mike Glennon is apparently out. Give me the Chargers. They'll cover the 10.5. It's a lot to cover, but they'll cover it. Number 8, the 49ers at the Bengals. The over 48.5. So there are two really good 425 games this weekend, and I like this game to go over the 48. It's got 30-27 written all over it. Really, both of the 425 games. The other 425 game is Buffalo at Tampa Bay. That's really good as well, but I like this one clearly over the 48.5. I like the 49ers to score a lot, bounce back after that tough performance last week. Same thing with the Bengals. These are two teams in desperate need of a bounce back, and when you're talking about the over potentially hitting, you want both teams to contribute a lot to the scoring. Both of these teams will be at least in the 20s. I like the over 48 to hit. Next, we've got the Bills at the Bucks. Once again, the over 52.5 to me. Both of these 425 games, they're going to be crazy. They're going to be high scoring. The NFL needs more high scoring games this year, and I like that they have both of these games at 425. Bills and Bucks. You're talking about Josh Allen bouncing back after really no fault of his own. You can't throw in 40-degree wind gusts. He'll bounce back. I actually like the Bills to win this game outright over the Bucks. They've got more to play for. They got to win this game, but give me the over. And then the Packers minus 12.5 versus the Bears. It's just simply not enough, right? Because you look at the Bears, we don't know. Are they starting Justin Fields? Are they starting Andy Dalton? We saw Andy Dalton the 4-interception game. I'm not sure where the offense is coming from the Bears, and you've got a Packers team rested, coming off a bye, getting healthier at the running back position. Aaron Rodgers coming off a bye. Yeah, this is a Sunday night game. You could be looking at something like 33-14 or something like that. It is 12.5. They're a big favorite, but it's like if I was Vegas, I'd make it like minus 14 or something. It's just simply not enough against the Bears offense that, quite frankly, it'd be surprising if they scored more than 14 points against this good Packers defense. So I will take the Packers to cover the spread in that one. Moving on to my fun little parlay I decided to add here. Browns money line versus the Ravens. I talked about this earlier. I just think it's very hard to beat, especially an interdivisional team with comparable talent twice in the span of 3 weeks, and the Ravens are on the road. The Browns are 2.5-point favorites. I don't know if they'll cover that, but I think they win a close one at home. Jaguars at Titans, the over 36.5. That's minus 290, so I'm buying points there. I do this a lot with parlays where you want to make the parlays easier. You have 6 or 7 legs to hit. So buy points. And the Jaguars Titans, I like the original over-under, but it's a parlay, so you want to give yourself a better chance. I'll take the over 36.5. The Raiders at the Chiefs, similar strategy. I love the over in this game anyways. I think the over is like maybe 47-48, but I'll take the over 41.5. That's minus 275. Just straight up Broncos money line versus the Lions. I would be shocked if the Lions won 2 games in a row. The Broncos have a very good defense. They're at home. I think they're 8-point favorites in this one. I probably would say they'd cover the 8, but it'll be a low-scoring game. Chargers minus 3.5 versus the Giants. Buying points again. That's minus 300. I think the Chargers crush the Giants. Packers money line versus the Bears straight up. Pretty easy there. And then I love this. The Rams money line at the Cardinals. This is when that Rams defense, they traded all these first-round picks for Jalen Ramsey, Von Miller. You got Aaron Donald. They're going to have one of these games where they completely wreck an offense, and I think they will handle the Cardinals offense. I love the Rams straight up money line on the road as 2.5-point underdogs. Currently, I love them to win outright. That's the Monday Night Football game. That should be a really big one for the NFC West. So guys, those are my top 10 best bets for NFL week number 14. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.